Welcome, spiritually awakening to the universe. What is awakening to the universe? This is you recognizing the major force that exists within you and the rest of the universe. The force that is the maker of everything that you see. Nothing exists without this force, this power, this energy. And you become it, awaken to this force deep down within you. The force that is the very life within the breath that you take. It's in the water that you drink, the food that you eat. That very life force itself, which is flowing through you, through me, through everything that your eyes can see. Nothing escape this power. This power show no discrimination. This power does not concern about what religion are you. This power is the only power that's responsible for everything, the seen and the unseen. And when you are awakened to this power, you will discover a totally different universe on another level that you have access to. And you've been living in this universe, but you just did not recognize it for what it is. This universe I've give you everything. When you get to know what you are and who you are, you will realize that this is the eternal force itself. The force that never die. The force that exists since the beginning of time. And this form that you and me are in is just a passerby. And that force itself within me and you will return at some point. But when you are awakened to this force, to this power, then you can connect back to this power. You can connect yourself back to this force. You can plug yourself back in. But to do this, first, you got to know exactly what this power is. And to know what this power is, you got to know yourself. And knowing yourself and what you are is the gateway to being awakened to this force deep within you. And once you get to connect and plug in back to this force, then you can harness that power that's within this force. You can let it flow through you much easier without any barriers, without you yourself getting in the way of this power. Because this power will help to relieve whatsoever suffering you're going through. This power will bring clarity and understanding to your existence. Once you are awakened to this power, it will clarify a lot of things that's going on in your life and on the external of you. What's happening in the rest of the world, right across the globe. You will see the force that's at play, pushing forth and back within you yourself. And once you can see that, once you can recognize, once you're awake to this power, then over time you will gain the wisdom, the understanding, the knowledge of this force. As your eyes open wider and wider, and you begin to see with this clarity that comes with knowing exactly what you are and who you are, then you can relieve yourself. And there's another thing with this. Some of the things just fall away by themselves once you discover what you are, once you're awakened to this force within you. All the negative things just take flight. They don't pop up. They don't even blink on your radar anymore. They take flight because they know that this thing within you that you have become will not allow anything that's not of any benefit to you to have you whiplashing you all over the place, taking you for a ride, waking you up in the middle of the night. I'm not saying all of your problems gonna disappear, but you will be able to look at them from a different view. You can turn them around 360 degrees and see what's within these things, you will see that there is just a giant cloud. Yes, the clouds bring their rain, and the cloud give its nourishment through the rain that it brings to the soil. And once you get inside, you can learn the lesson and see what's within that. And you take the wisdom out of that and let everything else fall away. And as you go on and you get wide awake and you get deeper into awakening, then you become stronger in this. Awakening to the spiritual universe is becoming aware. It's the same thing. Awakening are becoming more aware of what's happening within you and seeing the spiritual universe at play is within your hands. No one else can do this work for you. Only you can do this work. And the gateway to get into the spiritual universe is going through yourself, knowing yourself. And there's a lot of different technique to get to know yourself. And once you get to know exactly who and what you are, then your eyes start opening. You becoming wide awake to what's happening internally. And once you've seen what's happening internally, then you will see that what's happening internally is the reflection on the external. Because the thoughts that are coming in are moving you to take the action that's reflecting on the external world. And this is where you understanding the movement from the spiritual into existent and how it's taking place, then you can see what's happening within you, and you will realize that's what's happening in the rest of the universe. That this major spiritual force is moving through everything, just like how it's moving through you. It's taking different shape, it's taking different form. It's coming through the ray of the sun. It's coming through the breath that you take in. It's coming through the food that you eat. It's coming through the water that you drink. And there is millions of things that come together to make you and me exist. And this force is flowing through all that is. Once you dig deep within yourself, once you awake to this power, once you touch this power, once you plug into this power, then leave everything up to this power. And this power will make the way. It will guide the way and lead you to a peaceful existence while you are living in the flesh. You can gain that wisdom. You can gain that knowledge. You can live in heaven on earth. You can become one with the universal spirit. You can connect yourself to this. You can feel it flowing through you. It's coming through the thoughts that you're interacting with. It's coming through the voice that you're hearing. Everything around you is filled with life from this. Every sound that you hear is filled with life. And once you come to realize that you are a part and you're not separate from this power, then you can reap all the benefit that comes with knowing what you are and being awake to this force, opening your eyes, your spiritual eyes, and plug in to this force, the force that is your father, the force that is your mother, your parent. You don't exist if this force does not exist. This force is responsible for the breath you take, for the sun that shines, for the water you drink, for the food you eat. Without, as I say, without these millions of things coming together to support you to be this flesh and bone and blood, what you are today. So once you get deep within, once you open your eyes up and you're awake to this power, then you'll find the freedom deep within you, the real freedom. Not an external freedom. That's not freedom. And knowing yourself externally is not knowing yourself. But when you come to awakening to this power, then you see exactly what you are and you know who you are. And you can rest in peace and lay yourself down in the arms of the spiritual universe. It gives birth to you. It knows how to take care of you. Blessing be with you always. Peace.